afternoon and welcome to another edition of Midi Life. I love to have you here with me every other day, and it's always a pleasure to serve and a delight to, shine our lights upon you just like you do upon us, because we would never ever be able to send this out there if we do not have people like you watching. So every other day, I'm grateful. My team is grateful for always having you. On today's edition of Midi Life, I'm bringing in someone who is very versatile, all right? She's an exceptional lady and multiple streams of income. They say women like money. So she hasn't stopped trying to create more avenues for that financial support for her own self. But again, so many years ago, she was a young girl in Form 3 in GBHS Bamenda, Tamulung, if you live there. And the social prefect at the time, that's how the story goes, came down. He was trying to recruit some members to dance in his band. At that time, I think Kofi Olomide and Cartier Latin was really a hot geek all around Africa here. And so the social prefect of the school wanted to do something like that. And so he came down and was selecting and picking. When they got to her class, everybody said, you have to get her, you have to get her. And that's how she started dancing. From there, she said, I want to sing. And you would say that is just what a young girl would develop or want to feel like when she is in secondary school. But then, so many years down the line, you have to get a job. She loves teaching because she loves sharing and giving back to the society. She succeeded in getting into ENS, and she is a professional teacher, doing excellently well, but her love for passion and fashion and design and simple, classy, lovely stitches, because she would tell a tailor, I want this, but they were never ever able to bring it out just like she wanted to. So she started doing it herself. I'm actually wearing one of her pieces this afternoon. This is a Tiana Nabi's outfit, and it doesn't end there. So she said, I can't just be singing alone. I need to hold the hands of other young people that are very talented and want to get on the spotlight, but they do not know how. And so she is a band founder, the Aesthetic Band, and they do amazing gospel music. One of her singles is just out, and we'll be talking and sharing that on today's edition of Midi Life. She did not come alone. Of course, if you're holding a hand or the hands of young people, you move with them as well. So she's actually here with Serchin, that's his artist name, and he's a lab technician equally. So on that side of the globe, you do school, you do money, and you do extra. Because yes, we're never normal around here. So I'm talking about Tiana Nabi and Serchin. So who is going to search for who? Serchin is going to search for Tiana. You girls come on the set. Hi, come. He has his mic. He's going to use that one. All right. Where do you want to sit? Here or here?
Right here.
You like to sit here? Yeah. Okay, sit. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Serchin, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Okay, Serchin. You searched for us and you came right down here.
I came right here.
As a lab technician, why did you still want to sing?
Well, singing, as said, is a passion. Yes, something that outlived what I wanted to really suppress. Yes, so I just decided to find that space in which I could grow. Then I got into it. And luckily, I had someone as awesome as Tiana Nabi. She's a wonderful mentor. Yeah. Her opinions never go to waste. So she was able to tilt other, and some exposure and some sense I have now is because of her. So, yeah.
Tiana Nabi,
yes.
Good afternoon. Oh, girl.
Good afternoon.
You look smashing.
Thank you so very much.
Right, and thank you so much for this piece.
Oh, you're welcome, my
I
darling.
love everything about it. And I love your ring. Is that a ring?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, my gosh. Why don't you have two pieces?
I know, right?
I love it.
You have one just after this.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Welcome to the show.
Thank
so
you,
we're going
darling.
to try to, this is the CRTV Orchestra. This is our Hubble board. Our chef just came in fresh. He needed to go get fresh things from the market. And le chef est déjà là. I think il vide son panier de ménagère. Donc là, on va revenir vers lui. But we have music first.
I'm a surprised. All my strategies. You surprised. Whoa, 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 everybody of me. But what you don't know, you're a victim too, Mr. Jailer. Oh, don't care about my point of view. If I die, not a hope but you. So you stress me like a modern slave, Mr. Jailer. I'm talking to you, Jailer. Stop calling me prisoner. Let evil lose you'll be the first to cast the stone, Mr. Jailer. Mr. Jailer, come on back to the surface. Yes. You see, if you walk in marketplace, love is not about all your policy. So you recognize your philosophy and be good to you follow my jailer. Stop calling me a prisoner. Let him who else without you be the first to kiss the soul, Mr. Jailer. Oh, I'm talking to you, jailer. Stop calling me a prisoner. Let him who else without you be the first to kiss the soul, Mr. Jailer. Hey, Mr. Jailer, man. I heard my baby say I am a good singer. I want some money from this government. Say, but you don't know, but you don't know, but you don't know, say, but you don't know, but you want to catch you, but say, I heard my baby say I am a governor. I want some money. Whoa, from that government. Say, you don't know, but you don't know, but you don't know. Say, Jailer, Jailer. Be good one, be good one, be good one. Yeah, be good one, be good one, be good one. Yeah, be good one, be good one, be good one. Jailer, jailer, jailer. Oh, be good one, be good one, be good one. Yeah. So, yeah, be good one, be good one, be good one. Yeah, be good one, be good one, be good. Oh, be good one, be good one, be good one. Jailer, jailer, jailer. Oh, merci.
C'est l'orchestre de la CRTV qui a marqué son entrée, qui a installé les invités ainsi que vous, les téléspectateurs de la maison avec un titre mythique de Asha qui est Yoruba, qui nous vient du Nigeria et ça s'appelle Jailer. You're not supposed to be anybody else's jailer. Free your mind, okay? And just be you, do you, because the world is always going to blah, blah, blah. So nothing that people say should ever define you. Nothing that people say should ever prick you to the extent of you trying to live up to people's expectations. How many years do you have to live on earth that you want people to have opinions on how you want to do whatever it is that you want to do? Girl, do you, and the world will follow. Now that's my role. That's how I roll. And I feel like it's high time people should just be themselves. And I love sharing this afternoon with Serchin and Tiana Nabi. And it's going to be an amazing day. I know you love music. Tiana, let's start from the genesis. Um, you were in secondary school
Yes.
and you started dancing because your social prefect, Winter
Yeah.
Wenceslas, that's the name.
Wenceslas Serchin,
Right,
Mila.
came and got you and made you part of that band.
Yes.
At that point in time, was it just a girl that loved to dance, or just a girl that was having fun and that was it? Were you thinking like this
think
could ever be
both.
something you would do professionally?
Yeah, I think both because at the time, music, it was mostly westernized songs like Eve, Aliyah, I think Wenge Musica. We are talking about in the 90s, 2000, early 2000s.
The early 2000s.
Good. So at the time, we didn't know anything about singing our own songs. We could only perform, you know. There was a style that come with you passing through and they'll point at you and say, that's the girl that performed the song we watched yesterday. That gave a sort of stardom in school. But later on, I discovered that I could sing because I could best interpret Makoma.
Yeah.
And I could best interpret Makoma. Even songs that had difficult words, I could now relate with them. And later on, I discovered that I could bring in my own style in singing. That was it. I just took it up from there.
Fast forward, you're done with secondary and high school, and then
Yes, actually, that was sometime late 2000s. Now we had a studio, Bahud, yeah, by Imam. So he later on said, okay, Nabi, I understand you have a very big vocal, like your voice is heavy. Thanks to Ada Kenji, who told me, he calls me sis, this vocal point of yours, the dexterity in your voice, you can do something different. You know, before we could always see or listen to people with sharp voices, but I have this deep voice, you understand? So when I bring it in, people will be like, ah, now they sing like man, permit me to use the word. And I said that was my own style. You know, that was just best. And before I knew it, I was singing. Excelante, before the time he was Excel, we sang a song, we came up with something. Chabizi, so many other artists. Pascal, present Pascal, but before he had another name. So it just started off from there. And with the fact that I love to socialize, you know, sociality is one thing that comes with you being an artist. So when you bring in that other part of you, it matches up very easy. Yeah, so when I left from secondary school and now got into, I wouldn't call it a university because it was a higher teacher training college. I paused for a while, but then when something is haunting you, my dear, you have to pursue it.
Right.
It's a passion, so I had to go into
so you had to get your training done with
Yeah, I had to. That's what is really putting food on my table. Music is good, but do have something to go alongside with it.
Right, I agree with you. Searching, what's your story like? Your mic, please take it up.
Yeah, my story. Well,
The camera is that way.
okay. My story, I'm just a young old boy from Bamenda. Actually, I'm from Du, right? So I spent all my life in Bamenda. So much, ask me, can I speak the dialect? I can't. But I hear everything and I can do the little that I do.
No,
So,
that's not an excuse, yeah? I spent all my life, okay, I was born here, and then my mom moved when she was transferred to Babenda.
Yeah.
And I grew up, I was barely 2 when she was moving from here. I grew up in Bamenda all of my life until I came back down here for university. And I speak my dialect perfectly well. But thanks to my mother, though, because she would go to the extent of doing my assignments in the dialect. At that point in time, I thought that she was just stressing me and killing me. But today, I understand the importance of that. So, boy, I'm cutting off that excuse.
Right, okay. I'll do better.
It's not learn. It's not late to learn.
Yes, obviously, I'm still young. Yes, hey, I have a lot of time. Okay, but where I work, we have a lot of people from my tribe. So they encourage that I speak.
Right.
Yes.
Very important.
Okay, so growing up, basically just grew up around a church setting. Yeah, mostly choir in church and stuff. Just the lone bass singer in the choir. So that was what I was known for. I used to just sing bass. But then to maybe chase some other things, versatility, dynamics, things that actually gives more meaning to what you want to give out there. There are a lot of hungry artists, people that are hungry, that they want to get something, you see. So except you're really different, you cannot really stand out. Yes. And so I had to chase it, and then had to go through some rough patches. My parents didn't want it. Yes, my mom didn't actually want it, but she just loved that singing in the choir.
Okay.
Yes, and stuff. But then as time went on, she had to accept the fact that I'm growing, and I just make some choices by myself. So and, went into some little things, participated a little bit. My brother is a rapper. Yes,
Okay.
he's called Tikesh.
Okay.
Yes, we've done a few musics together about our mom. Yes, it's on YouTube. Uh, then basically, I didn't do much, actually, just only churchy. After that, I
You
was
met
able to,
Tiana.
yes, in a
Okay.
competition.
We'll get to that. We'll
Yes.
get back right to that. And then you went back to singing.
Yeah, I went back to singing sometime 2012. I did a collabo with Pascal, I Know. Later in 2014, I did Give Me Love 2016, 2017. So that's just how it came up and started releasing back to back. I did a couple of collabos and did massive work with great producers. Yeah.
When did you get into designing and, you know, fixing outfits?
Yeah.
How did that one come about?
Good. There was a time when I discovered that people could not really relate with what I would explain. Back then, we call it Natello.
Yeah, but they're tailors, you know.
Good.
Everybody
But
wants
now,
to be
right
called
now,
a designer right
thank
now.
you very much. So you go there, you explain, and then what you ordered is not what you receive.
Yeah.
So I now decided to get into it myself. That was sometime 2016. Yeah, but precisely I got into the traditional wear at Togo. It was later on that I discovered that my love as an African should really be defined by what I wear. So I'll now get into other fabrics and customize them into atogo. You understand? So it's not basically just the atogo, you know, the atogo fabric marking and all of that. I get fabrics like the ashoke, the Kenyan wears, because I've been to Kenya, so I just good in dub, good. What they call dub is ndaba. You know, there's a history for that, which we might get into it some other time.
Please share. Share. Now that we are at it. And there's a piece of it right
Yeah,
here.
there's
So
a piece
please
of it
share.
there.
What's the history?
Good. Now, the story with this is because there are two different types of fabrics you get. So there were people who used to put on the very first fabric of Ndaba. You understand? That was for loyalty.
Okay.
You understand? You just don't put it on. If you discovered before, our forefathers used to wear it if you own a title in the palace.
Yeah.
Even with the togo we are wearing now. But because so many people have embraced their own, you know, they've now worn it out like it's a style. You find people putting on hot pants with the, you know, just stylish and all of that. But the high definition of atogo is for loyalty and for royalty.
For
sorry.
royalty.
Yeah, for royalty. And sorry, you should not just put it on because you think you're classy or you've got the money to purchase ndaba. You should own something in the palace.
Okay.
And the two, there are even 4 different types of fabrics because here you are, that's another class of it. But the very first was looking faded.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not too
Not too-
sharp,
not
like
too bright.
Yeah. Then the second class of it is too blue. And before you even get a grip of it, your hands,
Yeah, your hands are
all blue.
stained.
By the time you even move around, they'll call you blue woman. But the next of it all is the very high quality that doesn't fade out. Before this other class, and it is original, you get. So when you put this on, it really shows how much of a cultural person you are before you now blend it up with the marking that shows our definition. Proudly Bamendia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell televiewers that are watching, I don't know why you shy away from being called a tailor. Now, let me tailor it for you. A tailor just basically sews what they come and say, hey, I like this in the magazine, sew it for me. I like what Tiana is wearing. Please, can you do it for me? You're a tailor, all right? And, you know, you put pieces together, you do things together. It could be patches or, you know, repairs, whatever it is. You are a tailor. And then you're a designer when it's an original idea. And before becoming a designer, you're a tailor as well. Because if you're designing and then sitting on the machine to put it together, you are a tailor, but you're a designer and you have rights to it. And then you're a stylist. You don't necessarily need to sew. You don't necessarily need to design. You go pick amazing pieces and then you style somebody up. I hope we're clear with
Well
that.
defined. Oh, my God.
Chef.
Well defined.
Bonjour. Ça va bien?
Je vais bien, merci.
Qu'est-ce que les invités vont manger?
On a prévu pour les invités le blanc de volaille,
OK.
précisément le poulet,
D'accord.
aux 3 légumes. On a là le haricot vert, le poivron vert et le poireau.
D'accord. Voilà.
C'est là, avec comme accompagnement, nous aurons des pommes fondantes.
OK. All right. On va voir ça à la fin. Donc, je te libère, je te laisse tranquille. And you're a lab technician as well.
Yes,
Is that
I
something
am.
that you always wanted to do?
Well, I've always wanted to work in the medical field.
Okay.
Yes, but not necessarily the lab idea.
Okay.
Yes. So the lab idea came up as an opportunity, but then I got to love it. Yes, because you are that first line of diagnosis. So it's an amazing part of the journey.
Okay. So how do you basically put the two together? Your colleagues know that you're very passionate with music and that you sing?
Yeah. Even in the hospital, they always sing. So they just know that that's the boy that's always singing bass, and that's the boy that
But
sings.
that's a good thing for patients, right?
Yeah, of course. Sometimes you just get to play some nice music while they are waiting. It takes their mind off waiting too long. So it's soothing. Yes, it's a good thing. And you asked how I manage both. Sincerely, I've not been working for so long. So I would say I'm still in the process of trying to organize myself. Yes. That's why some people are really asking me, when are you going to release music? When are you going to do this? And I'm like,
It's not as easy as you think.
yes.
We don't want to finish his salary. Because it's a whole lot of work to get people that will executively produce for you. And when they even do that, you know how it goes sometimes.
Yeah.
Somebody's putting in their money, they want to see profits.
They want to see
Very
it.
complicated to have people that just volunteer to really sponsor you and make sure that you're a hit before they're, bringing in some expectancy engagements on the table with you.
Right.
And you have been self-funding
Yes,
for a very long
it's
time.
a very long time.
So you were collecting your teacher
You
salary
understand, you
and
understand.
re-injecting it.
And my aesthetics teachers too is really helping. Well, but actually, I wouldn't lie to you, Myra. It's been helping me knowing that young kids like this really want to sing, but they don't have the means. I don't have the means either. I'm just trying because when someone is really hungry to feed out from something, feed them if you have it. It's not as if you must have too much to give out. You get. I met them in a competition. I was the part of the jury, and alongside with Godema, the beat doctor, who is a producer, one of the best Bamenda has got,
Right.
and Cameroon too, because he does master work. Now, the thing is, when I discovered that they really didn't get what they were aiming at, I felt like a mother. I felt like, okay, let me do something. And I had talked this out with Bless B, who told me, sis, this is what you're good at. You can mentor people. When you get to the studio, the way you talk to people, they don't really feel like, because studio to me is a source of escape from my problems. They say don't get your problems out to the public. So I sing them out. So now I later on decided to, handpick a few of them, then created what I now call the aesthetic band.
Okay.
There were 11 in number, but like I say, it's not all about your voice. Character to me is more than just a voice. You can sing as well, but now what happens if someone wants more than just your voice? Simplicity is not stupidity, and your character needs to be portrayed by what you're singing. And to me, I moralize the society. It's not all about just singing and talking, bringing out vulgar words. No, I dish out gospel. I basically sing about 2 or 3 genres. The societal songs that we know, the problems in the society, we sing about them. There's nothing wrong. And then it's not all about going too churchy.
Yeah.
I'm not a fanatic. So fanaticism is not my thing. I just want to be a regular religious
Just praise
person.
God, talk
Yeah.
to him, appreciate him.
you.
Voila.
So I just had to dish it out that way. So
Okay.
we've been working now for 4 years. It's not been easy.
I know.
So
It
I had
can
to,
be.
select some
It
of
can
them
be.
again out of it.
Oh, thank you so much. We're going to have a second musical interlude from the CRTV Orchestra. And, oh yeah, if they're ready up and going, we would have them right away. Deuxième prestation musicale de l'orchestre de la CRTV. Voilà, vous êtes branchés, c'est Midi Life. C'est your life, c'est ma life, c'est notre live et c'est lively.
On va dédier cette chanson à Auntie Becky qui a perdu son papa. Il y a des personnes qu'on aime toute une vie, il y a des personnes qu'on aime tout le temps. Et je sais qu'elle va continuer de l'aimer toute une vie. C'est pour toi, Auntie Becky. Et puis nous aussi, on t'aime beaucoup. Hein.
L'orchestre de la CRTV qui rend hommage à tous ceux qui sont partis, bien sûr. Madingowa, Manyegowa, Mongweswe, je t'aime, Matondiwa, de tout notre cœur, ici, de Midi Life. Vous restez tous dans notre pensée parce que parfois c'est difficile de vivre avec. Chacun a perdu quelqu'un de très cher. Et par cette douleur-là, on dit qu'on s'habitue. On s'habitue à vivre avec, mais jamais on peut oublier quand on a perdu quelqu'un. Mais c'est aussi ça, la vie. Chacun va partir. Que sera, sera. Qui vivra, verra. Et comme on le dit souvent, à chacun sa chance. Est-ce que tu as saisi le sien? Bah, it's a rhetorical question. You answer for yourself. The Aesthetic Band and Searching are actually here. Lorna, my colleague, has joined us. The kitchen is cooking, the pots are boiling, the band has been burning, but I'm getting back to you.
Okay.
Different people are putting musical groups together. What was the aim of yours? Was it just holding their hands, those who did not have anybody to pave the way for them? Or, I don't know, what else are you trying to
Something like
inculcate
that.
with the young team?
Yeah, something like that, because I do not really have, in fact, nothing like a hand document, written document. It's just verbal words. To me, I feel like the world needs more of giving than receiving. You understand? Because giving, to me, is multitude to what we are expected to give out as Christians, though. To me, I always define this as Christians. So I do the finances, and it's challenging. It's so difficult because so many people can't do this if they don't really get anything back
In
in
return.
return. Yeah, they don't get it back in return. It's a business strategy. But one day, to me, I believe, one day it will get to that extent where I would have the accolades to find myself watching my own children, I call them my kids,
Of course.
watching them, giving that appraisal to me. To me, it's a millionfold. Yeah, it's a millionfold to watch young talents grow. It's challenging.
And just have a medium of expressing themselves with no pressure.
With no pressure, because I have diverse children in the band.
Okay.
I have an Okada guy.
Okay.
Yeah, someone that also does staff.
That's
So they're really
amazing.
not too educated, sorry. But those who are educated, I have a particular part where I place them. And if I discover you're not too good in expressing yourself in English, then you sing in your vernacular. There's no much big
Or in
deal.
pidgin, why not?
Or in pidgin, yeah. The most of it is that we should communicate out there. Yeah, so we have diverse. I have students, like I said. So I really don't want them to feel like there's too much pressure being placed on them if you can't communicate well. But one thing that I know about artists is that they tell them you must smoke. So those are some of the characteristics that I don't take when it comes to my band. The criteria that I follow. You don't smoke, you're not vulgar in your lyrics before you write. I must tell you what to write. You write, you send them back to me. I listen to the melody. If it suits well with me, fine. So you just don't go there and I direct. So there's so much work I put in before you get to listen to any song that is being, sent
Your
out.
single is out.
Yeah.
Your
Baba, thank you.
Baba, thank you. I really love it. It's making waves out there, particularly on social media as well. We've had that on our airwaves. Please, what's the inspiration behind that?
Yeah, that's a friend's baby boy that was born. And to me, she's more of a sister, Amanda Perez. She had a first daughter, Abigail, that passed on. And you know what it means to have a child that goes, that passed on. Just a few weeks after the birth of the girl. So when this young boy was born, it was the best news that ever got to our ears. And the only thing I could ever do was to thank God. The baby's name is AJ, Etinge. So the mother, Amanda, I had to do that. It was a surprise to her. She's in the US. And when I sent her the song, she cried and said, sis, you have given out my story. And I decided when I sent this to Chuzi, one of the best music directors we have in Cameroon. So he said, sis, come over to Douala. We are shooting this.
Let's do
and
something.
He gave us this
And I'm sure that Big Karata à la régie, est-ce qu'on peut avoir cette single qui va passer? Baba, you say it's Baba?
Baba, thank you.
Baba, thank you. They say singing is praying twice. Right. Singing is praying twice, and it's amazing. Lovely, you know, straight to the point, beautiful. I say that gospel songs are like little prayers that we put out there to talk, you know, directly to God. And we're practically just wishing you the best. And is he in the video?
No, he's not in the video.
But the other, some of them. Okay. So you're actually.
I'll never tell my God I have a big challenge. I'll let the challenge know I have a mighty God. He took my pain, he wiped my tears, he gave me joy. Above all the things he did to me. Baba, oh Baba, hey Baba, oh Baba, thank you Baba, oh Baba, oh Baba, Baba, thank you.
I go sing, praise to the Lord, 'cause I found your love more and deeper than ever before. I'm grateful for your love, Daddy. I go make joyful noise in your name. Give yourself unto the Lord, let him be the lover of your soul. Oh, yeah, show us, hey, just show us, oh, yeah, show us, hey, just show us.
Because of you, I write this song. Now inside your space, I want belong. You giving me victory, you changed my story. Now you be God. If not of your mercy, I would be gone. You the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. You making my history, you better glory. Your love be enough. When the trouble come, Lord, I call your name. When I the glad, I seek your praise. When I wait for sharp, I must never pray. Cause you know be man, no lower your place. Anybody we wanted to come into fry.
Thank you so much. That's an amazing piece, and we love it. It's on all streaming platforms.
Yeah, it's on all streaming platforms.
Okay.
All streaming platforms.
And it's been available for a couple of months.
Yeah, just a month.
Just a
It
month.
was released on the 13th.
Why do I feel like I've been hearing it for like 4 months?
Yeah, because the audio.
Oh yeah, the
released
audio was out before.
about
you're
9
right.
months ago.
You're right.
Thank you for
It's on
putting your
YouTube
ears
too.
down.
Of course, why shouldn't I? Like we practically have, we practically work in a cabaret.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
a
good.
daytime cabaret. So I should be listening to all sorts and kinds of genres of
yeah,
music.
which is good.
Lorna, good afternoon and welcome.
Myra.
How are
Good
you
afternoon
doing?
to our amazing guests.
I like your pixie hairdo.
Thank you.
I know. I
Thank you
love
for
it.
telling me that.
I know. So what's pissing you off this afternoon?
All right, Myra.
The girl, c'est quoi?
All right. We will be talking on the theme on beyond the popular Women's Day celebration. I'm sorry, Women's Day is over.
Of
it has
course.
passed. But there are things that are pissing me off,
They
as
say
you
les
said.
retombées.
Of course.
And
I'm really
they're practically not positive ones.
not positive ones at all. So I'm kind of disappointed, or let's say pissed, because of the past recordings, the events that took place this day. The women, the lifestyle, the girls, the Gen Zs, whatever. You know, I was going through my phone, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and I was like, wow. I was really perplexed. At a certain point in time, I had to turn and say, but where are we? Is it Christmas for the ladies? Is it some sort of fanfare or a carnival?
I know.
Yeah, Myra, but there is no doubt that the popular Women's Day celebration is a day that is widely recognized by the whole world, celebrating the resilience, the beauty, the strength, recognizing women's contributions and achievements in the society. But then, you know, that's why I'm giving up a kudos or a thumbs up to the United Nations and to the authorities at large, even in our nation, Cameroon, for always ensuring that they communicate goes out there, the theme, and you know, the editions. But most people, funny enough, Myra, they are not aware. Most women go into this day celebrating with empty heads, you know, just for the flamboyance, for the beauty and everything. I don't understand. We have every other day is Women's Day to me. And this particular day, I don't know what is really particular about this day. We see young girls and women. I'm even confused at a certain point in time because we don't understand if there are women celebrating or even girls. There were all sort of models, styles, designs on Instagram, on social media, photo shootings, and every other thing. And I was like,
I'm
wow.
telling you.
I was confused
Some
at one
said their
point in time.
outfit was up to 700,000.
I'm telling
Another
you.
one said everything that she needed, like from shoes to accessories,
So
paying the makeup
accessories,
artist,
beauty, makeup.
photographer was 1.5 million. And I
Oh
was like,
my.
okay.
I'm telling you, just for a single day.
Anyway,
You know, the funniest thing is most of these young ladies, they have their mothers back at home there. They don't even have a wrapper on that day. You know, they have loved ones, aunties. Why will you spend such an exorbitant amount on an attire just for a day? I don't
anyway, it's
understand.
their money law.
I'm telling you. Okay,
So let's
let
talk
me
about
mind
the
my
other
business.
things that were really
I'm telling you,
not
yeah,
nice.
not nice. Yeah, we have married women who were out doing all sort of funny things. Spouses, quarrels here and there, scandals in homes because my husband couldn't get me a wrapper or something. You know, many of those things registered, recorded within the course of this day, and we equally had young girls. You know, some people even use this day as a means to perpetrate violence, Myra. You know, I saw a viral video online with a lady that has written, there was this writing of no violence to women, women's rights, justice, and action for all. And so she was kind of like intriguing the husband. And when the husband wanted to fight back, she would box and slap the husband. And when the husband wants to retaliate, she would be like, hey, no violence, don't touch me, and stuff like that, you know. In the course of might be fighting for their rights or trying to find your rights this day, most women do it the wrong way. They go about it the whole wrong way. Some women, even on that day, they get up, they didn't even, or let me say, for example, they didn't even prepare food for their husband and your kids, taking care of the home and everything. They just stepped out without permission, without having to wash their husband's clothes. Some even went as far as coming back in the morning. I saw sort of viral videos with guys, you know, carrying ladies, coming to search for their women in nightclubs, in bars, and stuff like that. So it's really heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking because this day, we are talking beyond the popular celebration because beyond this day, there is much more to discover about the woman. There is much more the woman has to add to the society, your value, and every other thing. Ask yourself, why is there not Men Day? Yeah, but Women's Day, because women carry a lot as far as humanity is concerned. We have a lot of contributions to bring in. We have a lot to teach, to educate. Why not carry this money you use in, you know, sewing very expensive outfits? Why can't you use it to do an outreach? We have Jangis, we have organizations, yeah. Many of them have been trying their best, kudos. But we have the poor around us, the needy, the widows. Why can't you stretch out your arms to the poor and needy? Why use such an amount? Or, anyways, Myra, you said I should mind my business. We have conferences on that day, or even before. We have events, conferences by the Women's Empowerment and the Family. So many other organizations organizing conferences to get empowered, to get impacted, to get transformed. Why not attend? Why not get informed? And so that is it, Myra.
Okay.
Most women, they should ensure, even to that day, I wanted to add something before I forget, Myra. Why
Let's
not
round off.
use that day, yes, when I'm concluding, why not use that day as a quality, as an opportunity to spend quality time with your family? Cook a sumptuous meal. Just spend time with your family. You must not go out. By the way, every day is Women's Day. There's nothing particular about that day. And you're beautiful, and you can take care of yourself like every other day, just as the same energy you put into Women's Day in ensuring that you look flamboyant, going to exuberant or very expensive restaurants here and there. Please, women, we can do more.
A few things I would like to straighten up. It doesn't necessarily have to be a married woman that is being scandalous out there. A woman in general. There's some level of decency. There's a level of, there's that dexterity. There's a way in which you carry yourself when you're out there.
Yeah.
And it's not only on Women's Day that we've
That's
seen
true.
women
Single
go
ladies.
extra. Whether it's single, I mean women, I'm talking about
Yeah.
women in generally. We're not going to put tax on them, letting us sound as if Women's Day is for married women.
married women.
And talking about leaving your house without doing chores and all of that. For me, basically, that is not even the issue. The biggest issue here is how women have turned the whole chart upside down. A majority of them, first of all, when we talk about the fabric, people went as far as selling for over 20,000.
20,000.
And it was so scarce and all of that. That drama is not
15,000.
necessary. I don't think the whole idea behind the fabric, first of all, was to have one uniform that was going to cover women from the north, south, east, west, because
least to
we
the
did not want
greatest.
any woman to feel beneath another one on a day like that, because we say we are together. We are one piece. So whether you're a George, she's a journalist, you're a teacher, you are a shoe mender, or a woman that's a mechanic, farmer, whoever you are, housewife completely, which is an amazing duty that women carry on their backs. That fabric originally used to be 5,000, and it was just like very symbolic to cover every woman and put them under one umbrella. But today, I don't think the fabric is the issue. I feel it is how we are wearing this fabric and carrying ourselves out there that make it the issue. And then people blame those who came with the idea. We know how to pick things and run with them in a very negative way. And now they say, on va soulever le cabas. Et après quoi? Et c'est vos strings, c'est vos slips, c'est vos cyclistes qui sont pas trop propres, que ça finit aux réseaux sociaux, qu'on voit les bouts des fesses, les femmes qui tirent les cheveux des autres. Finalement, c'était pas ça les idées. Every other day you could go wacko, you could go wild, you could go crazy. I don't know why we're denigrating ourselves. And this is the reason why, as much as we fight that we want to be together, we never succeed to get it. Because sometimes a woman fixes your crown and then tells the whole world that they've done it. We're the ones that fight each other the most.
That's true.
So days like that, we should be commemorating. We should be checking ourselves, looking into the mirror, asking, am I my sister's keeper? Can she count on me? Do I have her back? Do I respect myself? Do I respect my family? Do I respect my colleagues and all of those? That's advocacy. And I don't want to hear when people get on social media and say, I'm a feminist, I'm this. We've also disgraced ourselves when it comes to that. We do go back and look at the meaning of feminism. Please go back and look at it. Check yourselves. It is, no, it's not a day for a woman to be in control. Absolutely not. I say no to that. And being a feminist is not fighting men. It's not saying that men are this, men are that, men are scum. Why did you go and get all men? All men are scum. Why did you go and get all men? Men are thieves. You chose a thief.
You chose a thief.
Men don't respect me. They beat me. He's a woman. You stayed when they were beating you. You did not walk away. Okay? So it's not about the men. Les hommes ne sont pas le problème. C'est ton choix que tu as fait, ma chérie. I'm sure that there was somebody that was nicer. Vous ne pouvez pas diaboliser les hommes au nom d'être féministe. No, go back to your dictionary. Sit in the classroom. Go back to the drawing board. As women, stand up, respect yourself, and start by treating your next neighbor sister good. And then we will talk about Women's Day.
That is it. Oh, yes.
All right.
Bell, Myra.
I know.
Where is that
like,
bell?
come on.
We needed to sound the bell.
Je sais que ma cloche est où. C'est l'on qui demande la cloche que c'est le moment de sonner. We're rounding off. This is it for today.
So this is it. I'm just thanking all those who've been supportive. I'm thanking CRTV because this is now a home to me. I can't really say how many times I've been here, but I'm so thankful, and for all those who've been promoting me, Chief Akor, my parents, my siblings, my friends. I can't really name them out because it's really numbers are so
The list
many.
is long.
The list is long.
May we have
here,
a contact?
Patience, 67579.
Patience for me and Mbele.
Good. Yeah, Patience Mbele and Myra. Thank you also very much, the manager of CRTV. And to the women, I always say this, as a one strong woman that I am, never say you want to be on your own. Be financially independent. That's one thing I say to my ladies. Be financially independent. Don't use your finances to threaten any man. You will still be a subordinate to a man. But don't give out who you are because you think you're a woman. Be that woman that will stand out and be unique. Thank you so very much, thank CRTV. Always.
I was going to say something, but let me just pass.
675-7950-58. That's my contact. If you have to call on aesthetic band, to call on Tiana Nabi for whatever thing, designs. As you can see, African aesthetic
I know.
stitches.
I'm wearing an amazing piece from you.
Yeah, and for, you know.
You've given the contact already?
Yeah, 67579.
So what are your social media handles?
Tiana Nabi on social media like Facebook, Tiana Nabi 08 Instagram, Tiana Nabi 8 TikTok. But just Tiana Nabi, I think it's okay. It goes all.
You want to share your social media handles?
Yeah,
Darling, you put your. I'm talking to your.
All right.
Searching.
Yeah. I'm also, I didn't mention this, I'm an artist. I do designs like wall hangings too.
Okay.
Greeting cards, office decors.
You
home
came
decor.
to national television and you were not selling your entire portfolio.
God. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about
Okay,
that.
so you give your number. So if
All
people
right.
who are watching and maybe interested in that, next time you show us more.
Of course. Of course, I'll definitely do that. All right. So the number goes 674-063769. On Facebook, you can find Serchin. That's my page. On Facebook, you can just find Chenny Serge. So that's basically it. Instagram is also Chenny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you call yourself Searching though?
Why I call myself Searching. A lot of people usually always mistake the name search for search, like you're searching for something. So I wanted to give them that which they were looking for, but actually it's not actually spelled as searching for something.
Okay.
Yes, it just gives that impression that until I reach that what I want, I'll keep on searching.
I like to keep the last, or the best for the last, that's what they say. Chef Melingi, on va partir, on va se séparer. Je sais que dans quelques secondes, ça sera déjà prêt. Donc, le moment où Estelle finit de chanter, est-ce que vous pouvez donner le numéro, le contact? Regardez juste la caméra là. Chef, ça va?
Ça va,
Je te
madame.
stresse.
Non, non, madame, ça va.
OK.
Ok, le contact est le suivant. 690 45 57 85.
Okay. And it's on that note that we call it quits on today's edition of Midi Life. Let's stand. Let's stand. I think this cultural church is over. Tiana, you want to come in front a little bit? Not yet, please. Like, you know, I wanted to flaunt the outfit.
Okay.
Like, girls, I'm wearing a Tiana piece. Originally, it didn't come like this. Yeah, it's a straight
style it
boo-boo.
out.
And definitely when I saw the pictures that she was bringing in, I had to bring my shadow skirt. That always does the magic and adds a little bit of pomp and class. And then you know me with the ropes. So I just did something and it came out, you know. But she was okay. I had to ask the designer's
Yeah, she's
permission.
okay.
And I love the drama all around this. And I like stuff that is light. I mean, call her for stuff like this. And just get to us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Nangeh Myra, if you want to be on Midi Life, tell me the reason why I should have you as a guest on the show, and the rest will be a beautiful history like this one. See you tomorrow, but don't forget to watch Monday to Friday, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. C'est your life, c'est my life, c'est notre life, et c'est lively. Let's go.
For the first time I made